गोपाल की जय। ज्ञानाविरन्दस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूप कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरो श्रीयुतापदकमलं श्रीगुरुन् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगणा रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपादान् सहगणा ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिनिति नामिने। नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणे। नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिसिद्धान्त सरस्वतीनिति नामिने। श्रीवासवानवी देवी दैताय कृपाब्धे कृष्णसम्बन्धविज्ञान दायिने प्रभवे नमः। माधुर्योज्ज्वलप्रेमाढ्य श्रीरूपानुगभक्तिदा श्रीगौरकरुणाशक्ति विग्रहाय नमोऽस्तुते। नमस्ते गौरवाणी श्रीमूर्तये दीनतारिणे रूपानुगाविरुद्धाप सिद्धान्तद्वान्तहारिणे। नमो गौरकिशोराय साक्षात् वैराग्यमूर्तये विप्रलम्बारसाम्भोधे पादाम्बुजाय ते नमः। नमो भक्तिविनोदाय चिदानन्दनामिने गौरशक्तिस्वरूपाय रूपानुगावराय ते। गौराविर्भावभूमेस्त्वं निर्देष्टा सज्जनप्रियः वैष्णवसार्वभौम श्री जगन्नाथाय ते नमः। वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। नमो महावदन्याय कृष्णप्रेमप्रदायते कृष्णाय कृष्णचैतन्य नाम्ने गौरद्विषये नमः। पंचतत्वात्मकं कृष्णं भक्तरूपस्वरूपकं भक्तावतारं भक्ताख्यं नमामि भक्तशक्तिकं। हे कृष्ण करुणा सिन्धो दीनबन्धो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिकान्त राधाकान्त नमोऽस्तुते। जयतां सुरतोर्पङ्गुर् मामन्दमतेर्गति मत्सर्वस्वापदाम्भोजौ राधामदनमोहनो दिव्यवृन्दारण्यकल्पनादः श्रीमद्रत्नागारसिंहासनस्थो श्रीमद्राधा श्रीलगोविन्ददेवो प्रश्रालिविसेव्यमानं स्मरामि। श्रीमान् रासरसारम्भी वंशीवटतटस्थित कर्षं वेणोसनेर्गोपी गोपीनाथः श्रियस्पुनः तप्तकाञ्चन गौराङ्गी राधे वृन्दावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैता गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौरभक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। So we completed the 7th chapter.
37 was
Huh?
till 37.
Only done till 37. So from appearance of now Kalki. कल्कि अवतार। यज्ञालेश सदां न हरे यज्ञालयेष्वपि सतां न हरे कथास्यु आसन्निनो विजजनामशलानिदेवा स्वाहा स्वाहा इति स्म गिरो न यत्र सा भविष्यति कले युगान्ते। Situation at the end of the Kali, how it will be, and how the Lord will appear in the name of the Kali and destroy everyone. That is what is described. This is the translation.
Thereafter, at the end of Kali Yuga, when there exists no topics on the subject of God, even at the residences of so-called saints and respectable gentlemen of the three higher castes, and when the power of government is transferred to the hands of ministers elected from the low-born Shudra class or those less than them, and when nothing is known of the techniques of sacrifice, even by word, at that time the Lord will appear as the supreme chastiser.
सर्गे तपोहं ऋषयो नवये प्रदेशा स्थाने तद्धर्णं कथं प्रशयिना अन्ते व्यधर्मदहरेऽन्यशतान्य माया विभूत्यै महापुरुषक्तिभाजः. So, read translation. All the vibhutis are described. And in general, vibhutis or the gunavatars are being described.
At the beginning of creation, there are planets, myself, and the Prajapatis, the great sages who generate. Then during the maintenance of the creation, there are Lord Vishnu, the demigods with controlling powers, and the kings of different planets. But at the end, there is irrigation, and then Lord Shiva, and the trees full of anger, etc. All of them are different representative manifestations of the energy of the supreme power of the Lord.
Vishnu naviryagananam khadamodhaka yaparthivanyapi kathirvyamne rajamsi shashambayasvaram matadripastam yasmatrisam yasadana gurumbaya. How can you count the glories of the Lord? Suppose somebody may be a scientist. He may count all the atoms of the mud on this earth. But it is impossible to count the glories of the Lord. Read.
Who can describe completely the prowess of Vishnu? Even the scientists who might have counted the particles of the atoms of the universe cannot do so, because it is He only who in His form of Trivikrama moved His leg effortlessly beyond the topmost planet Satyavata up to the neutral state of the three modes of material, and all were moved.
Nantam vidamyaham amipunayo krajaste maya balasya purushasya kulo varaye rayan gunandasasatana adidevaha shesho dunapi samavasya dipsya param. What to speak of any other person? Even you, I, Agraja, Kumaras, they also do not know. What to speak of anybody else? Even Shesha is singing the glories of the Lord. Rayan Gunan Dasashatanana Adidevaha. Shesha, Ananta Shesha is glorifying. In spite of that, he was Adunapi, in spite of he glorifying from time immemorial even till today. Samvasyati Nasya Param. He is not able to glorify even one quality of the Lord. Read the translation.
Neither I nor all the sages brought before you know fully the omnipotent personality Godhead. So what can others who are born after us know about Him? Even the first incarnation of the Lord, named Sesha, has not been able to reach the limit of such knowledge, although he is describing the qualities of the Lord with 1,000 faces.
Yesham Sayesha Bhagavan Dayayedananta Sarvatmanashrita Vado Yadinetvikam Tedustaramati Taranti Chadeva Mayam naisam maham iti satsatulha bhakshe swashigala bhakshe. So, how can you understand? If you cannot understand, how can you realize? The whole purpose of chanting and doing all these activities is to realize Krishna. And even if you cannot even know Krishna, how will you realize Krishna? Then no, you can realize Krishna by His mercy. That is why what is mentioned in Dayayed Ananta. Ananta Lord, because of His Daya, what does He do? He Sarvatmanashrita Pado Yadi Nivyalika. If the person is detached and is surrendered to His lotus feet, the Lord shows mercy, and because of His mercy, Te Duskaranati Taranti Deva Mayan. So the most difficult to cross over the Maya, you can cross over. Naisham, Mama, but those people who are into Mama Aham, Aham Mama Iti, in this kind of intelligence they have, the Shwa Shigala Bhakshe. This body is what? Meant for what? Beaten by. So it is translation.
But anyone who is specifically favored by the Supreme Lord, the personality of Godhead, due to unalloyed surrender and the service of the Lord, can overcome the insurmountable illusion and can understand the Lord. But those who are attached to this body, which is meant to be eaten in the end by dogs and jackals, cannot do so.
So there are so many devotees along with me who actually received the mercy and understood the Lord. So when we understand Krishna, it is not because of our intelligence, it is because of mercy of Krishna. Vedahamanga paramasya yogamayam Yuyam bhavascha bhagavana tadaitya varya Patne mayosa chamanusya tathatmajasya Rajena varrididgur anga utadruvascha Ikshva purailam jukunda videhagadi Radva ambarisha sagara kayana shudhya Mandata al-arkas vas anupanti deva Deva prato valit amuktato didipaha Saubhadya utkanta shivir deva labipalada Sarasvatodbhava parasharava divshena Yenye vishana hanumam dridhatta Akashidena vidura shikadeva varga. Take the translation. Names of those people who actually received the power of the Lord, or received the Lord and understood the power of the Lord.
O Narada, although the potencies of the Lord are unknowable and immeasurable, still, because we are all surrendered souls, we know how He acts through Yogamaya potencies. And similarly, the potencies of the Lord are also known to the all-powerful Shiva, the great king of Athena's family, namely Pradhan Maharaj. Swayambhu Manu, his wife Shatarupa, his sons and daughters like Priyavrata, Uttanapad, Akruti, Devavati and Prasuti. Prachina Bhari, Prabhu, Anga, the father of Vena, Maharaj Dhruva, Ikshvaku, Aida, Mujukunda, Maharaj Janaka, Gadi, Raghu, Ambarish, Sadar, Daya, Nahusha, Manhata, Alarta, Shatatanme, Anu, Kantideva, Bhishma, Bali, Amruta Traya, Dilipa, Saubhari, Ukanta, Shivi, Devala, Pipalada, Saraswata, Uddhava, Parashara, Vibhishana, Hanuman, Shukadeva Goswami, Arjuna, Adishti, Shrena, Vidura, Shrudadev, etc.
Okay. Te vai vidantyati taranti cha deva mayam Sishudraho nasavara vipapa jiva Yajyattu tagatma panayana shila shiksha Priyajyajyatyakim suttadhataye. So, even the low-born people like Te vai vidanti atitaranti cha devamayam. Te, even those people who are Stri, Shudra, Puna, Sabarapi, Papa Jiva. Yatyat Putakarma Parayana Shila Siksha. So, they also can know. They also can know. How they can know? Because mercy the Lord. If that is the case, what to speak about? Even 3 jana, happy, even some animals also can know. Happy kimudash, Sutta Dharanaye, Sutta Dharanaye. Then want to speak of those human beings who have got what? Sutta Dharana means the fortune of hearing from spiritual master. Is the translation.
Or even the birds and the beasts can also know about the signs of the Godhead and become liberated from the riches of the illusory energy by surrendering to the pure devotees of the Lord and following in their footsteps in devotional service.
Next.
He is trying to say that for bhakti, there is no requirement of practice.
Any qualification, anybody?
For other practices, then there is some practice.
There is requirement. There is definitely requirement. Shashvat prashantamavayam pratibodhamatram Shuddham samam shadasat paramatmadattvam Shabdo nayatra gurukar bhavan kriyatho Maya paritya vimukhe cha vilajjamana Tatvai padam bhagavata paramasya punso Brahme diyat vidurajasya sukam vishokam. So, now after speaking about Bhagavan, Paramatma Jnana, those who got realization of Paramatma, who is actually, how is he? Prashantam abhayam pratibodhamatram. He is pure and he is full of fearlessness, he is peaceful. And also Brahman is described, Shuddham samam sadasat paramatma tattvam Shabdo nayatra gurukara kavan kriyartho. And for Supreme Lord, that is Bhagavan is being described. And ultimately Brahmet yat vidur ajalasya sukam vimoksham vishokam. Brahman is transcendent modes of nature. So all Brahman, Paramatma, Bhagavan, 3 are mentioned here in this verse. Read the translation.
What is realized as the absolute Brahman is full of unlimited bliss without limit. That is certainly an ultimate phase of the supreme enjoyment, the perceptive God. He is eternally void of all disturbances and fearless. He is complete consciousness as the opposed to matter, uncontaminated and without distinctions. He is the principal primary cause of all causes and events, in whom there is no sacrifice for routine activities and in whom all illusory energies does not stand.
Satyam niyamayatat satyam niyamayatatoyam kirtahetim Jayyo Swaradiva Nipana Katrim Indraha. I think this is a different chapter. Okay. Read the translation. Talks about sannyasis and yogis.
In such transcendental state, there is no need of artificial control of the mind, mental speculation or meditation as performed by the jnanis and yogis. One gives up such process as the heavenly king Indra forgoes the trouble to dig a well.
So for a devotee, he doesn't have to accept any process of jnana and karma or yoga. Because in Indra, he is not a superior position. Digging will is small job, he doesn't have to do that. The same way, devotee, he doesn't have to take up the process of karma, jnana and yoga.
was the number of lines are more as compared to the normal 4 lines.
Yeah, there's sometimes like that.
We see Bhagavad Gita also sometimes is only 1 line, 3 lines.
There are different chandas. Within that one chanda, there are many varieties also.
We also have a previous list that over here they are saying that there is certainly the continuous phase of the Supreme India, the complete totality void of all disturbances and fearlessness.
That is called Brahman.
So,
See the last line, if you see the line, Brahmeti yad vidurajara ajasra sukham vishokam. There is no vishoka.
so how can I understand that Lord is peaceful, but in the Kurukshetra war he picked up meaning to
That is rasa, Veera rasa. So that is related to Bhagavan. What is described here is a Brahman, the quality of Brahman. That is why just what happens is sometimes people say just try to just explain, read the translation. Actually we don't have time. Otherwise, actually we are doing is you read the verse and go to every word meaning, and then you can until unless you read when I am explaining you see the verse. It becomes very difficult. Translation will not match the Moola until unless you know the words and their meaning. Prabhupada gives word meaning. Why does he give so? Why you just read the translation, that too English translation. It's very difficult to attain the grasp what is written. Your question pertains to Bhagavan. That is specifically told Brahman. So if you read that last line, for example, if you had seen this translation, what is being done, is a translation of which line? Brahmeti yat vidur ajasra. Isn't it? So if you had read that, then you would have not got the question. Sometimes it is mentioned like that. No. It is a chanda. When the writer writes, within that there are many. For example, all these things are looking at a similar chanda. No, there are differences in the words.
6 lines.
Yeah.
Because some other books will have same 4 lines, 4 lines together. The Prabhupada is taking that 4 lines will have 2 lines together.
Because sometimes when the acharyas give commentary, they see these all belong in one subject. So they group and put at one place. Sashreyasamapi vidur bhagavan yatosya bhavasvabhavihitasya sata prasiddhi dehe swadhatu vigamenu ishridyamane yome vatta purusho nakshidhyatya. Now, Brahman, Paramatma, Bhagavan. Who is the person who gives the topmost bliss is Bhagavan. Bhagavan is a restorer of all topmost bliss. Shreyasam api vidur Bhagavan yatosya. Bhagavan is the person who gives you the topmost bliss. And bhava svabhava vihitasya sata prasiddha. The highest perfection of one's bhava also is attained in him, because there is no bhava with Brahman. And deha swadhatu vigame, when all the dhatus of the body they are completely dissolved, the soul is not dissolved. Soul is eternal. So like the ether in the body. Like you may say, this is a bottle, there's water inside. You may take the water outside. You may take you make a vacuum out of this also. Take the air also outside. You can take the earth, water, fire, air. But can you take ether out? No, you cannot. Like that. So ultimately, it is worship of Bhagavan only by which we get the ultimate benefit. Read the
instead of everything auspicious, because the results of whatever actions are performed by the living being in either the material or spiritual existence are awarded by the Lord. As such, He is the ultimate benefactor. Every individual living entity is unborn, and therefore, even after the annihilation of the material elementary body, the living entity exists, exactly like the air within the body.
So from even these Jnanis and Padmis and all, whatever practice they have done, they will carry to the next life.
They will carry to the next life because
And it will be good.
Soyam te vitastata Bhagavan Vishwabhavanah Samasena Hare Nanyat Anyasma Sadasachayat. Bhagavan Vishwabhavanah. He is the maintainer of the entire world. Now that Bhagavan has been Te Tata, my dear Narada, I have explained about him in Samasena. Samasena means what? Summary, in summary. Now we should see some Harer Nanyat Anyasmad Sat Asat Chayat. There is oneness between the Lord, the living entity, and this world. At the same time, the Lord is the source of both the living entities and this world. Sachin Vedavedanta spoken here. Please read.
My dear son, I am now explaining in brief the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who is creator of the manifested worlds. Without him, Hari, the Lord, there is no other cause of phenomenal and nominal existence.
So, summary, the entire 3 chapters are done. All 3 chapters summary, in this verse it is being summarized. Now, whatever is spoken, that is Bhagavatam, is being spoken here. Idam Bhagavatam Nama Yatme Bhagavatoditam Sangraho Yatme Yan Vibhutinam Pam Etat Vipuli Kuru. Now, he says that whatever I spoke to you is Bhagavatam. And this Bhagavatam is Bhagavatoditam, spoken by Bhagavan. And I have spoken this Bhagavatam in Sangraha. Sangraha means. Now I have service for you. What is the service? You expand not only the Bhagavatam, expand the Bhagavatam among the masses. Both. Expand the Bhagavatam and also expand it among the masses. Like I gave you as a concentrate. Like you have a lime concentrate. Take 1 liter bottle. You can make 100 glasses of water. Not that you make 100 glasses of water and drink yourself. Give it. That's one other. Preach, yes.
O Narada, the science of God, Shuddhavatam, was spoken to me in summary by the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and it was spoken as the accumulation of these diverse potencies. Please expand the science yourself.
यथाहरो भगवती ऋणाम भक्तिर्भविष्यति सर्वात्मन्यधिष्ठानेऽपि इति संकल्प्य वर्णया. Now it is not that you just hear from me and go away. Take sankalpa. What is sankalpa? And you will speak Bhagavatam. How you will speak Bhagavatam? Yata haro bhagavati nanam bhakti bhavishyati. In the way that nanam bhakti bhavishyati, that in the hearts of the people, bhakti will manifest. So, Sarvatmani, Akhiladhare. And the Lord is known as Sarvatmani. Why is He known as Sarvatmani? Because He is there in everybody's heart and is the essence of everyone. And then Akhiladhare, He is the source and the sustainer of everyone. He is the one who satisfies everybody's desire. Read the translation.
Please describe the science of Godhead with determination and in a manner which it will be quite possible for human being to develop transcendental devotional service unto the Supreme Personality of Godhead Hari, the super soul of every living being and the sound both and source of all energy.
मायां वर्णयतो मुष्या ईश्वरस्यानुमोदता शृण्वता श्रद्धया नित्यं माययात्मानमुह्यति. We discussed this verse before, very beginning of the class, that why we went to the whole discussion of the 6th and 7th chapter, the 5th, 6th and 7th chapter, to know that Krishna's pastimes with Maya, Krishna's pastimes with the Yoga Maya. Krishna's pastime with Mahamaya, Krishna's pastime with Yoga Maya. Krishna's pastimes with Mahamaya are known as Purushavata. Krishna's pastimes with the Yoga Maya are known as Leelavata. Now even Krishna's pastimes with the Mahamaya, Purushavata, that is also important. Because that, what does it do? It will liberate you from Mahamaya. Krishna's pastimes Mahamaya liberate you from Maya. In one sense, if you want to know the Lord's relation, the pastimes of Lord related to Maya are not Maya. Krishna's relationship with Maya is not Maya, whereas our relationship with Maya is Maya. So when you hear Krishna's relationship with Maya or Krishna's pastimes with Maya, then we will stop our time pass in Maya. What Krishna is doing pastime and we are doing time pass, there is a big difference. Exactly opposite. Yeah, you will not be bewildered mind. By Bhagavad Gita, that gives you bliss. But this gives you the liberation from the modes of nature. Okay, read the translation.
The Lord's activities in association with his different energies should be described, appreciated and heard in accordance with the teachings of the Supreme Lord. If this is done regularly with devotion and respect, one is sure to get out of the illusionary energy of the Lord.
Read the purport so that we finish this chapter.
The science of learning of subject matter seriously is different from the sentiments of fanatics. Fanatics or fools may consider the Lord's activities in relation to their external energy to be useless for them, and they may falsely claim to be higher participants in the internal energy of the Lord. But factually, the Lord's activities in relation with the external energy and the internal energy are equally good. On the other hand, those who are not completely free from the clutches of Lord's external energy should devoutly hear regularly about the activities of the Lord in relation to the external energy. They should not foolishly jump up to the activities of the internal energy, falsely attracted by the Lord's internal potential activities like his Rasa Leela. The chief reciters of the Bhagavatam are very much enthusiastic about the Lord's internal potential activities, and the pseudo devotees absorbed in material sense enjoyment falsely jump to the stage of liberated souls and thus fall down deeply into the clutches of external energy. Some of them think that to hear about the pastimes of the Lord means to hear about his activities with the gopis or about his pastimes like lifting the Govardhan hill, and they have nothing to do with the Lord's planetary expansions as the Pusharataras and the pastimes of the creation, maintenance or annihilation of the material worlds. But a pure devotee knows that there is no difference between the pastimes of the Lord either in Ras Leela or in creation, maintenance or destruction of the material world. Rather, the descriptions of such activities of the Lord as the Purushottaras are specifically meant for persons who are in the clutches of the external energy. Topics like the Rasa Leela are meant for liberated souls and not for the conditioned souls. The conditioned souls therefore must hear with appreciation and devotion the Lord's pastime in relationship with the external energy, and such acts are as good as the hearing of Ras Leela in the liberated stage. A conditioned soul should not imitate the activities of liberated soul. Sri Chaitanya never indulged in hearing the Rasa Leela with ordinary men. In the Srimad Bhagavatam, the science of God, the first 9 cantos prepare the ground for hearing the 10th canto. This will be further explained in the last chapter of this canto. In the 3rd canto, it will be more explicit. A pure devotee of the Lord therefore must begin reading or hearing Srimad Bhagavatam from the very beginning and not from the 10th canto. We have several times been requested by some so-called devotees to take up the 10th canto immediately, but we have refrained from such an action because we wish to present Srimad Bhagavatam as a science of God and not as a senses understanding for the conditioned souls. This is forbidden by such authorities as Sri Brahmaji. By reading and hearing Srimad Bhagavatam as a scientific presentation, the conditioned souls will gradually be promoted to the higher status of transcendental knowledge after being freed from the illusionary energy based on sense enjoyment.
Okay, now the 8th chapter is full of questions by Parikshit Maharaj. Brahmanachodito Brahman Gunakhyane Gunasya Cha Yasmai Tata Praha Narado Deva Darshana. So, Brahmano Chodita Brahman. Here, Sukadeva Goswami says, Parikshit Maharaj says to Sukadeva Goswami, Hey Sukadeva Goswami, I want to know the truth, what Narada spoke to people in general about the Supreme Lord. I have a great desire for that. Read the translation.
King Parikshit inquired from Sukadeva Goswami, how did Narad Muni, whose hearers are as fortunate as those instructed by Lord Brahma, explain the transcendental qualities of the Lord, who is without material qualities, and before whom did he speak?
Gunakhyane agunasya. Those who don't have material qualities, the Lord, agunasya gunakhyane. Just see. Gunakhyane agunasya. The qualities of the person who doesn't have qualities. The qualities of a person who doesn't have qualities. Sing the qualities of the person who doesn't have qualities. Yasmai yata praha, whatever has been spoken to him, Narado Devadarshana, that Narada, what he spoke, who had Devadarshana. Next verse. Etad veditumichami tattvam tattvam vidanmara hare adbhuta viryasya kadaloka sumangala. Etad veditumichami, I have got great desire to hear. Tattvam tattva vidamvaraha. So I want to hear from you because you are tattva vidamvaraha. You are the topmost person who know. Somebody, Sukadeva Goswami said, why are you asking me? Go and ask somebody else. No. You are tattva vidamvaraha. Hare adbhuta viryasya. By hearing the glories of Hari, Viryasya. Kataloke sumangala. So what happens is, by hearing about the glories of Krishna, I experience Adbhuta Rasa. And Loka Sumangala is all auspicious to the world. Expressing enthusiasm here, Parikshit Maharaj. Read.
The king said, I wish to know narrations concerning the Lord who possesses wonderful potencies are certainly auspicious for living beings in all times.
Katayasva mahabhaga yataham akilatmani Krishne niveshya nisangam manasyakshe kadevaram. O Sukadeva Goswami, please speak. Why? Because Takshe Kalevaram, at the time I am going to give up my body, my mind should become Nissangam. I want to withdraw all the things in which my mind is entangled in. Withdraw. And then engross my mind in Krishna Niveshya. engrossed, niveshya in Krishna. Katayasya mahabhava yataham akilatmani. About Krishna, who is the soul of everyone. In translation.
O greatly fortunate Shukdev Goswami, please continue narrating Srimad Bhagavatam so that I can place my mind upon the Supreme Soul Lord Krishna and be completely freed from material qualities thus relinquish this body.
Shrinvata Shraddhaya Nityam Vrinatascha Swacheshtitam Kalena Nadi Girkena Bhagavan Vishadeti. What happens as soon as you hear about Krishna? Because my endeavor to hear, I will try my best to endeavor and hear and try to remove the mind from sense objects and apply Krishna. But the best way is just to hear. When you go on hearing, what happens? You don't have to endure much. Krishna himself enters. Svishate Asu Shrinvata Shraddhya Nityam Granatascha Swacheshtitam Kalena Nati Dirghena. Not long, means very in a short time. Bhagavan Vrishate Hidi enters. Ahutaiva. Ayat. Krishna, when you chant the name of Krishna, he comes as if he is invited. Though you don't invite him, he comes. Do you go to a marriage where you are not invited? Who goes? Only a shameless person goes. Or if you are really angry, you go. So, Krishna comes to the place where your chanting is without being invited. Read the translation.
Persons who hear Srimad Bhagavatam regularly and are always taking the matter very seriously will have the personality of Godhead Shri Krishna manifested in their hearts within a short time.
Pravishtaha karmarandrena swanam bhava saruruham dunoti samaram Krishna salilasya yatasharat. Now as soon as Krishna enters the heart, through the karmarandrena, through the nose of the ears, swanam bhava saruruham, he enters the heart of Swanam, the devotees, and then dunoti samaram Krishna. He purifies the heart. How? Salilasya yatha sharat. Sharat Rutu, the water becomes pure. In the end it is muddy, it becomes pure. Not even a trace of mud you find. So that is the power of bhakti, that it destroys, cleans the heart completely. Karma and jnana doesn't have the capacity. Read the translation and purport.
The sound incarnation of Lord Krishna, the Supreme Soul, that is Srimad Bhagavatam, enters into the heart of a self-realized devotee, sits on the lotus flower of his loving relationship, and thus cleanses the dust of material association, such as lust, anger, and hatred. Thus it acts like autumnal rains upon pools of muddy water. It is said that a single pure devotee of the Lord can deliver all the fallen souls of the world. Thus, one who is actually in the confidence of a pure devotee like Narad or Shukdev Goswami, and thus is empowered by one spiritual master, as Narad was by Brahmaji, can not only deliver himself from the clutches of Maya or illusion, but can deliver the whole world by his pure and empowered devotional strength. The comparison of the autumnal rain that falls on the muddy reservoirs of water is very appropriate. During the rainy season, all the waters of the rivers become muddy. But in the month of July, August, the autumn season, when there is a slight rainfall, the muddy waters of the rivers all over the world become at once clear. By addition of some chemical, a small reservoir of water like that of a metropolitan waterworks tank can be cleared. But by such a tiny effort, it is not possible to clear up all the reservoirs of water like the rivers. A powerful, pure devotee of the Lord, however, can deliver not only his personal self, but also many others in his association. In other words, the cleansing of a polluted heart by other methods like culture of empiric knowledge or mystic gymnastics can simply cleanse one's own heart. But devotional service to the Lord is so powerful that it can cleanse the hearts of the people in general. By the devotional service of the pure, empowered devotee, a true representative of the Lord like Narad, Shukdev Goswami, Lord Chaitanya, the 6 Goswamis, and later Sri Bhakti Vinod Thakur and Srimad Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur, etc., can deliver all people by their empowered devotional service. By sincere efforts to hear Srimad Bhagavatam, one realizes his constitutional relationship with the Lord in the transcendental yoga of servitude, friendship, paternal affection, or conjugal love. And by such self-realization, one becomes situated at once in the transcendental loving service of the Lord. Not only were all the pure devotees like Narad self-realized souls, but they were engaged in preaching work automatically by spiritual impetus. And thus they delivered many poor souls entangled in the material worlds. They became so powerful because they sincerely followed the Bhagavatam principles by regular hearing and worshipping. By such actions, the accumulated lust, etc., became cleansed by the personal endeavor of the Lord within the heart. The Lord is always within the heart of the living being, but he becomes manifest by one's devotional service. Purification of the heart by culture of knowledge or mystic yoga may be alright for the time being for an individual person, but it is like the cleansing of a small quantity of stagnant water by chemical processes. Such clarification of water may stand for the time being and the sediments settle down, but by a slight agitation, everything becomes muddy. The idea is that devotional service to the Lord is the only method of cleansing the heart for good, whereas other methods may be superficially good for the time being. There is a risk of becoming muddy again due to agitation of the mind. Devotional service to the Lord with specific attention for hearing Srimad Bhagavatam regularly and always is the best recommended method for liberation from the clutches of illusion.
Gautatma Purusha Krishna Padamulam Namuchadi Mukta Sarva Prikesha Antasvashtanam Yatha. Now, what about the person who is already pure? Say, I am already pure, why I require Krishna consciousness? No, even a purified person requires Krishna. So what is the symptom of a purified person? If you really want to measure, two things here. Even a purified person requires Krishna. And if at all you are purified, what should be the symptom? Bhautatma Purusha Krishna Padamulam Namuchati. He doesn't give up the lotus feet of Krishna. And Mukta Sarva Pariklesha Antaha Swasharanam Yata. Like a traveler who has been traveling. What happened? Even though he has earned lot of wealth, where will he come back? Come to his house only. He will not give up his house. In the same way, even though a person is very much purified, but still, he will not give up the sweet of Krishna. Dhatur mato brahman deharambosya dhatuvihi yadrichaya hetunava bhavanto jnanyata. Now he starts asking the questions. What is the question? He is asking Adhatu mato brahman. Hare Krishna. हेलो हाँ बोलिए हाँ इस्कॉन मंदिर में आ जाइए 8:30 बजे तक आइए 8:30 निकलना तो 8:30 ठीक हाँ यत् अधात्मतो ब्रह्मन for Brahman, oh Sukadeva Goswami, the soul is adhatu without any material things. Deharambhosya dhatubihi. When did this Deharambha started? Number one, did it start yadrichaya, by chance, automatically, an accident? Va bhavanto gyati yatha. Is it an arrangement behind it? That's the question. Please ask. Please read translation.
Oh, the Brahman, the transcendental spirit soul is different from the material body. Does he acquire body accidentally or by some cause? Will you kindly explain this, or it is known to you?
So now Parikshit Maharaj is asking some questions which are going to nourish bhakti. They are not directly bhakti. Okay. Asit yat udarat padmam loka samsthana lakshanam avadnayam vai purusha yatyavavai avayavai pratak avanasphaini prokta samsara avayavaniha. Now from the Purusha's navel, lotus flower was born, Udarat Padmam, and from that Padma was born, Brahma was born. And now it has been described that this Purusha had so many avayavas. But still it has been understood. Yavan ayam vai purushaha yattava vai pratak. The living entities, Brahma also had a body and he also had a body. If both have a body, that means tavanasi proktaha samsta vayavaniva. What is the difference between the two? Both must be material. Somebody has small body, somebody has big body. But both have body only. So is there any difference between? In the translation.
If the Supreme Personality of Godhead, from whose movement the lotus steams organ is possessed of its humanity body according to its own caliber and measurement, then what is the specific difference between the body and the Lord and those of common living entities?
Aja srijati bhutani bhutatma yat anugrahat tadarshayena tadrupam na vipatna samudbhavaha. Now what happened? Ajaha srijati bhutani. Aja here refers to Brahma. He created all the living entities. Bhutatma yat anugrahat. How did we create? By Krishna's mercy, anugrahat. Tadarshayena tadrupam. Brahma saw the form. Navi Padma samudbhavaha. So he was born from the Navi Padma. And then he saw the form. And he created all those bodies. So if Brahma body is material, the Brahma must have come from, his kaya has come from Lord's body. The Lord should be material. Lord's body should be material. Is it so? Certainly there should be difference because one is a controller, other is a controlled. I want to know what is the difference between the two bodies then. Read.
Brahma, who was not born of material source, but of the lotus flower coming out of the navel, abdomen of the Lord, is the creator of all those who are materially born. Of course, By the grace of the Lord, Brahma was able to see the form of the Lord.
Now, Sachabhyatra Purusho Vishwasthiti Udbhavabhyayah Mukyatma Mayam Mayesha Ede Sarva Gubhashaya. The Supreme Lord, Sachabhyatra Purusho, where is that Purusha? Where is he situated on? He is a creator, maintainer, and destroyer. If he creates everything, if he maintains everything, he destroys everything, where is he staying? Uttvatmaya Mayesha Sete Sarva Bhashaya. He is the Lord of Maya, and he is in everybody's heart, but untouched by Maya. And is lying down. Where is he lying down? All these questions were asked by Parikshit to Sukadeva Goswami. Read. Translation.
These also explain the personality of Godhead, who lies in every heart at the Supersoul as the Lord of all energies, but is untouched by his external energy.
Purusha avayavai loka sabala pura kalpita loke anushya avai sabale iti shushuma. Iti shushuma, I heard. Pura. Before I heard. What did I hear? Purusha avayavair loka. The whole loka, all the planetary systems are all the limbs of Purusha. Not only them, Sapalaha, the controllers of these planets also. Purva Kalpita. Purva Kalpita, it was described before. Lokai Amushya Sapalai iti Shushuma. And I also heard that the Lord has expanded into this world. In this world, nothing else is there other than the avayavas of the Lord. I want to know more about it. Please speak. Read.
O Lord Brahmana, it was formally explained that all the planets of the universe, with their respective governments, are situated in the different parts of the gigantic body of the Virat Purusha. I have also heard that the different planetary systems are supposed to be in the gigantic body of the Virat Purusha. But what is their actual position? Will you please explain that?
Okay. Yavan kalpo vikalpo va yatha kalpo ninyujyate bhuta bhavya bhavachya ayurmanam chayatsata. So please speak about kalpa. And also there, the kalpa, there are so many divisions within the kalpa. Kalpa means one day of that is 14 manus and now yatha kalo anumiyate, how time is perceived in past, present and future. Bhuta bhavya bhavachabhya ayur manam chayatsa. Also know about the ayur of all these different grades of living entities. Please read.
Also, please explain the duration of time between creation and annihilation and that of other subsidiary creations, as well as the nature of time indicated by the sound of past, present and future. Also, please explain the duration and measurement of life of the different living beings known as the demigods, the human beings, etc. in different planets of the universe.
What is the difference between Kala and Samaya? In English, you have only one word. Time. It's over for you. Kala is the Shakti of the Lord and its effect is Samaya. When did the Samaya start? All of you have sat in the Yajna sometime or other. When the Sankalpa happens, what does the Brahman say? Adya Brahmane, that is where time started, means by the birth of Brahma. Adya Brahmane, Ditya Prarthe, Shidavaraha Kalpe, Vaiva Susavan Mantre, Ashtavimshati Chitta Yuge, Kal Yuge, Odhavasare, Sanjayam, Ashwin. Now what is the Sarvari Nama Samvatsare? What is the Bantui Magamase? Paksha? Go on telling all these things. Okay. Speak about time. Read the translation. You read the translation 13? No, 14. Time, but Brahma born, time is born. Brahma dies, time dies. And what is left is Kala, Shakti. Yasmin karma samavayo yatha yenopagrihyate gunananam. Read it, translation.
For pureness of the Brahmas, please also explain the cause of the different durations of time, both short and long, as well as the beginning of time following the course of action.
So we know in the third canto all these things come. Yasmin karma samavayo yatha yenopagrihyate gunanam guninam chaiva harinam avipapsatam. Also, we speak about the karma samavayo yatha yenopagrihyate, about different bodies which are accepted by the living entities, the jivas, and their actions, and the reactions of their actions. Read the translation.
Then again, can you describe how the proportionate accumulation of the reactions resulting from the different modes of material nature act upon the desiring living being, promoting or degrading him among the different species of life, beginning from the demigods down to the most insignificant creatures.
Rupakala kapupa vyoma graha nakshatra bhuvritam sarit samudha dipanam sambha vischaitya okasam. Also speak about Bhu, earth, Patala, and Kubha, that is the different directions, Vyoma, sky, and Graha, different planets, Nakshatra, the constellations, and Bhubhran, the mountains, Sarit, river, Samudra, oceans, Deepanam, islands, Sambhavas, Chaitya, ocean. Read.
O best of the Brahmanas, please also describe how the creation of the globes throughout the universe, the four directions of the heavens, the sky, the planets, the stars, the mountains, the rivers, the seas and the islands, as well as their different kinds of inhabitants takes place.
So, Pramanam Mandakoshasya Bhakyabhyantara Vedata Mahatam Chanusaritam Varnashrama Vinishchaya. Pramanam Mandakoshasya, measurement of Mandakosha. And the distance between Koshasya Bhakyabhyantara Vedata. Bhakya means external and internal both. Mahatam Chanucharitam, and also the activities of the great souls. Mahatam Chanucharitam. Varnashrama Vinishchaya, the duties of Varna and Ashrama. Practically the entire Bhagavatam is based on these questions now. Read.
Also, please describe the inner and outer space of the universe by specific divisions, as well as the character and activities of the great souls, and also the characteristics of the different classifications of the castes and orders of social life.
Yugan yugamanancha dharmo yascha yuge yuge avataramucharitam yadascharyatam hare. So please describe to me yugani yugamanancha. There are different yugas and their measurement, how long each yuga is, and also what is the yuga dharma. And in each yuga, how the Lord appears, Avataram in Yukavata. And these yuga avatars are very ascharyatamam hare. They are very astonishing. Read the translation.
Please explain all the different ages, the duration of the creation, and also the duration of such ages. Also tell me about the different activities of the different incarnations of the Lord in different ages.
Trinam sadharano dharma savisheshascha yatrishaha shreninam rajasrinam cha dharma vishreshu jivatam. So, please describe about different activities of dharma, sadhana dharma, bhakti, and also savishesha yatrisha. Also describe about the savishesha in special dharma according to one's birth. Shreninam rajarshinam. Also about the dharma of the rajarshis, cha dharma kricheshu jivatam. How Krishreshu Jivatam, how do they conduct their livelihood? Read translation.
Please also explain what may generally be the common religious affiliations of human society, as well as their specific occupational duties and religion, the classification of the social orders as well as the administrative royal orders, and the religious principles for one who may be in distress.
Tattvanam parisankhyayanam lakshanam hetu lakshanam purusharadhana vidir yogasyadhyatvigasya cha. Tattvanam parisankhyanam, tattva lakshanam, of each and every elements, their qualities. And also their hetu lakshanam, when the reaction happens, something else comes. What is the result? Hetu lakshanam. Purusharadhana vidhir, also the rules of worshipping the Purushavatars. And also yogasya adhyatmikasya cha, the rules of Ashtanga yoga in different yogas. Read the translation.
Kindly explain all about the elementary principles of creation, the number of such elementary principles, their causes and their development, and also the process of devotional service and the method of mystic powers.
Yogeshwaraishwaryagatir lingavangastu yoginam vedopaveda dharmanam itihasa puranayo. And also speak about the power and the position attained by the great devotees. Kati, lingavangastu yoginam, how the great yogis destroy their subtle body. Vedopaveda dharmana, Veda, Upaveda and Puranas in Itihasas talk about their conclusions. Read the translation.
What are the opulences of the great mystics and what is their ultimate realization? How does the perfect mystic become detached from the subtle astral body? What is the basic knowledge of the Vedic literatures, including the branches of history and the supplementary Puranas?
Sambhava sarva bhutanam vikrama prastham kramaha ishta bhutasya dhamyana trivargasya chayo vidhi. So, these also talk about how samplavaha sarvabhutana, how to get out of this material world. Vikramaha pratisankramaha, something which are favorable, something which are not favorable. Vikramaha, Ishta Bhuttasya Kamyanam. There are so many other different rituals by which you can satisfy desires. And also Trivargasya Yo Vidhi. Trivarga means Dharma Artha Kama.
Please explain unto me how the living beings are generated, how they are maintained, and how they are annihilated. Tell me also of the advantages and disadvantages of the discharging devotional service to the Lord. What are the very rituals and intentions of the supplementary daily rites, and what are the procedures of religion and fundamental penance and satisfaction?
Yo vanushayinam sarga ashandasya cha sambhavaha atmano bandha mokshocha yavasthanam swarupataha. Now, also describe Yo vanushayinam sarga. Sarga, at the time of creation, all the living entities were sleeping where? The stomach of Vishnu. And Athandasya cha sambhavaha. I want to know about how the living entities who came into this, entered this material world, sarga. At the same time, I want to know about how these Pashanda means Pashandi, atheistic people, how they were created. Sambhava. Atmano Bandha Moksha. Describe about the liberation, bondage and liberation of the jivas. Cha Vyavasthanam Swarupatha. And also those who are eternal liberated souls. I want to know about their condition. Read the translation.
Please also explain how, while in the body of Lord, living beings are created and how the influence appears in the world. Also, please explain how the unconditioned living entities exist.
Next. Yeah, many people are. There are two, three places this is described. But ultimately, whatever Parikshit Maharaj is asking now, whole 5th canto you find different lokas. Again 6th canto different devotees with Asura and all. 7th canto is Prahlad. And then Varnashram Dharma starts. And 8th canto, all the different avatars. So, and Dhritu Maharaj, when he was doing sacrifice, Indra took the Pashanda. So that also. So basically, whole Bhagavatam is based on these questions. Yatatmadandro Bhagavan Vikridya Atma Mayaya Vishajjava Yatha Mayam Daste Sakshivat Vibhu. 10th canto come on. I want to know about Krishna. Yatatmatandro Bhagavan. One who is totally independent Lord, Atmatantraha. And Vikrid Atmamaya, he did pastimes through his Atmamaya potency, Yogamaya potency. And Visujjava Yatha Mayam. And he made a special pastime and then he gave up his pastimes. He went back to his abode. Udaste Sakshot Vibhu. Though he did a lot of pastimes, he is just like a sakshi, he is unattached. Like a sakshi, witness. Read.
the independent personality of Godhead enjoys his pastimes by his internal potency and at the time of annihilation gives them up to the external potency and he remains witnesses to it all.
Okay, next. Sarvamedaccha Bhagavan Vricchato me Anupurvasha Tattvatorhas Udahartum Rapannaya Mahamune. Sarvamedaccha Bhagavan. Oh, Sukadeva Goswami, you speak whatever I have asked. At the same time, those things I have not asked also. In the 10th canto, same thing comes. 6 questions he asks and says, whatever I have asked, you प्रभु जी वो अर्जेंट कहाँ से मुझे निकल रहा है, मैं अगले हफ्ते आऊँगा, आज भी निकल रहा हूँ, आज बात कर रहा हूँ क्लास में. हाँ, सर्वमेतच्च भगवान् चतो So, 10th canto also, Sukadeva Goswami, Parikshit Maharaj said, Sukadeva Goswami, Etat anyaccha shravyam me, whatever I ask, please answer. The same time, Etat anyaccha, whatever I have not asked, answer that also. Tattvado udahartum, prapannaya mahamane, whatever I have asked, please answer according to the way we want. But I just asked whatever came to my mind. I did not ask in any chronology. There is no connection in each question. And also, I am demanding that you should answer because Prapannaya Mahamane. I am surrendered to you. Like Arjuna. Sishyasteham sajmantam. So, I have all the right to ask. And you are supposed to tell. Read the translation.
O great sage, representative of the Lord, kindly satisfy my inquisitiveness in all that I have inquired from you, and all that I may not have inquired from you from the very beginning of my questionings. Since I am a soul surrendered unto you, please impart full knowledge in this connection.
Atra pramanam hibhavam Atra pramanam hi bhavan parameshti yathatmabhu apare chandishtanti purvesham purvajayikritam. Actually, I am asking you because you are what? Pramanam, atra pramanam. Hi bhavan, you are the pramanam because you are parameshti yathatmabhu. You are as good as Lord Brahma. Parameshti means Brahma. Apare chanudishtanti purvesham purvajayikritam. I know that the nature of the great souls is that they will do exactly what has been done by the previous acharyas, previous souls. Apare chanudishtanti purvesham purvajayikritam. Read translation.
O great sage, you are as good as Brahma, the original living being. Others follow custom only, as followed by the previous philosophical speculators.
Here it is said you are as good as Brahma. So in the first canto end when Sukadeva Goswami enters, he is being described as Dviyashta, 2 into 8, 16 years old. But we also in the 9th chapter, passing away Bhishma, that all the great sages were assembled there. Even Sukadeva Goswami was also there. So after Kurukshetra war, Bhishma passed after many days. Then that time he was there. And then so many days. How can we understand he was 16 years old?
He was looking always 16. The 4 Kumaras always 5-year-old. That means they are 5. 16-year-old means when he was born, he was just like that. It was as it is. Thank you.
So it was not that when he came out from his mother,
Then now he was 16 years. He was 16 years old at that time. He was in over 16. After born, he was looking like that. Nameshwa parayanti brahman anyasmadami pipatochutabiyusham anyatra bhuvitatvija. Asavaha means my life airs are not disturbed. Prayanti brahman anyasmadami. I am not even disturbed by any other thing. Even anyatra bhuvitatvija. Even I am not disturbed by Dvija, the Brahmana's curse. Why? Pibato chodabiyusham. Because I am drinking nectar of Krishna Katha. Pibantam tamakam bhojam bhutam harikatamritam. 10th canto, all the same thing comes. He says, Nai sajit dussaha kshurman tekto vidhatet. Sukadeva Goswami, he just kept quiet after speaking about Krishna in 2 verses. 9th canto end. He is not speaking only. Parikshit Maharaj got angry, hey, speak. He asked questions, still he is not speaking. And Parikshit Maharaj thought, Sukadeva Goswami is thinking, he may be thinking that I may be hungry and thirsty. He must have given him some lunch break, tea break. He says, no, I don't want. I am not disturbed by neither hunger nor thirst. Nai sadi dussaha kshunmam tektodakam abhibhadayet. Why? Because pibantam tamukam bhojam bhutam harakatamritam. Here, pibadachyuta piyusham. Read translation.
O learned Madhana, because of my drinking the nectar of the message of the infallible personality of Godhead, which is flowing down from the ocean of your speeches, I do not feel any sort of exhaustion due to my fasting.
Suta Uvacha, after hearing Parikshit Maharaj, Suta Goswami is saying, Sa Upam Shito Radhya Kataya Iti Satkate Brahmarado Vrisham Prito Vishnu Radhe Samsati. Vishnu Radha. Who is Vishnu Radha? Is Brahma Radha? Sukadeva Goswami. So when Sukadeva Goswami, who is addressed here as Vishnu Radha, spoke, Parikshit Maharaj spoke to Sukadeva Goswami. Then what happened? Katayam iti satpatehe. He started speaking Katha. How did he speak? Vrisham Pritha. After being so pleased, Sukadeva Goswami was so pleased by hearing Parikshit Maharaj's questions. Read.
Why should this Goswami call Namara? Why should they Goswami call Namara? And Vishnu Ram, because he protected by Vishnu.
Rath has got 2 meanings. One is protected, other is engrossed. Ratehe Rataha, engrossed. One who is engrossed in Brahma. Praha Bhagavatam Nama Puranam Brahma Samhitam Brahmane Bhagavata Proktam Brahmakalpa Upagate. Then Sukadeva Goswami spoke to him what? Bhagavatam Nama Purana. And this Bhagavatam Nama Purana is what? Brahma Samhitam, incarnation of the Supreme Lord, or Brahma refers to Veda, the essence of Vedas. Brahmane Bhagavata Proktam, that which was spoken by Bhagavan to Brahma. When? Brahma Kalpa. Read.
He began to reply to the inquiries of Maharaj Parikshit by saying that the science of personality of Godhead was spoken first by the Lord himself to Brahma when he was first born. Srimad Bhagavatam is the supplementary Vedic culture and is just in pursuance of the Vedas.
Yadyat Parikshit Rishavaha पाण्डूनाम् अनुपृच्छति आनुपूर्वेण तत्सर्वम् आख्यातुम् उपचक्रमे. So Yadyat Parikshit Rishabha Panduvang Rishabha, best of all the Pandus. Yadyat Parikshit Anupachati, whatever he asked. Anupurvena Tatsarvam, everything he began to explain. Akyatum Pachakrame. He began to Akyatum, began to explain in the translation.
He also prepared himself to reply to all that King Parikshit had inquired from him. Maharaj Parikshit was the best in the dynasty of Pandus, and thus he was able to ask the right questions from the right person.
Now he started explaining, not question by question, according to topic. So don't expect that this question was answered and then this question was answered. No, it doesn't come like that. Questions were just put like this, like scrambled. So I understood all your questions, fine, but I will not answer your questions in the chronology of what you asked. But I will explain according to the topic wise. Raj Bhagavatam ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. So we will meet on Monday for 4 days, 2 chapters, 2 important chapters. 9 chapters got Chatushloki, 10th chapter has got 10 topics of Bhagavatam. So we require 2 classes. That is why I went fast with these verses.
Thank you very much. I like your style of actually taking every Sanskrit sloka and actually explaining that. Now, how will we study?
Do the same thing. There is one, if you find there is one class which is roaming around in the internet or some devotee must be knowing. I gave 2 lectures in Udaipur, which are very spontaneous. One lecture is on how to read Bhagavatam, Prabhupada books in general. And other one is how to prepare for a class. Prepare for a class. You find out somewhere 2-3 years back. But some devotee must be, I am not so good in all this technology. The only thing I know is to operate this. Find out from all the brahmacharis.